The next day, just painted that acid there while it's been bare metal. Around here, bare metal rusts overnight, but that stops it. It leaves like a film there. Anyway, I'm starting on this right now. A good way to take a fairly accurate pattern is with tape. So I'm just going to make it out of tape, the entire thing, cut it all out, and then I'll cut the steel out. And I'll decide which way I'm going to go about making that look like a mudguard, that flat bit of tin over there. Steel. First time I've really had a proper look at this guard. I don't know why, but someone's cut this out of each guard. It wouldn't have been made that way. So I've filled those in on the other one. I'll be filling them in too. But yeah, it's not looking real good. It's looking like I'm going to probably have to pull this frame out as well. Otherwise, it's just all rusty underneath here. What's the use of fixing that? And another thing I've just noticed is it's got this bloody thing here. The other guard doesn't have that. I didn't know that was there. I'm gonna have to make that. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. Bloody big project, this car. I'm gonna end up filling that in. I'll probably take this headlight bucket out. There is a gap here. And like they're those things that, they're plastic, those clips. There's 4 of them on this one. There's one missing on the other guard. Anyway, enough of that. So I've flipped it over and trimmed this along here. It's going to be my pattern, but I've got to reverse it. That needs a little bit of a trim, that. So I'm going to peel it, flip it back over and peel it off. That's my pattern. It's got to be wrecked taking it off, but it's just close. It's just a guide. It's not exact. Now I'll cut that out and go from there. Of me patch. Yeah, it's harder than you think to do that. I've also written some measurements down here because I don't have the car here. So I know between this point and that point's 260 and that one's 232. So I can always check on that. Because, you know, like I said before, that's got to be in the right spot, otherwise it's going to look shit. Cut that off. It's ready to weld the patch in. The patch is just about done. Now you can see that's why I wanted to keep this guard so I can measure everything. Yeah, if you're ever doing stuff like this, it's very handy to be able to do that. Welded on. Welded a bit neater this time, took my time a bit better. So I'm just going to line that up. I'll shape this a little bit and then I can weld it on. There's that patch done. Just got to shape the front of that a little bit. That's ready to go on. I don't know if you've noticed, but when I don't have a welding table, so I just use that, just throw the clamp on that and I can just sit it on there. But when I'm working on the guard, I won't use that because I'll just throw the clamp on the guard. Weld it on. All the templates and everything line up. I bent that a little bit to match here. Anyway, I'm just going to go grind that up and put some stuff on it, and that's enough for today. I also filled these couple of holes, but this guard's a bit different to the other one. It's got a different trim on it, I've noticed. So the other one's only got 1 hole here, this one's got 2. So I'm going to have to see what's going on there. Make sure the trim's the same or whatever. Looks like on the inside, more than happy with it. It's turned out quite nice. I've just painted that acid in there, all through here. I'm going to flip it over and put a bit on the other side. And there it is. Ready to have that inner structure, this section is anyway, to have that inner structure back put in there. I'm going to finish this wheel arch next. I'm sure I've told you that. Get that done. And then I'm going to have to start on the top of it. Like, it's pretty bad. It's freaking stuff, this guy. You know, if you think about that, you just got to do one bit at a time and just do it as good as you can. That's it. That's enough for today. Put some etch primer on that just to stop it rusting for now. I'm just going to do this bit, and there's a bit there, and a little bit there, and this. Now, here's my patch for here. I'm going to put that in right now. All right, all this is done from that line down. It's this line here. all the way across. Done. Except for that bit. I'm including that in this. All this front bit's got to have something done to it. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably just replace that lip and this section here, we'll see. But this is all done. I'll flip it over later. I've just put the acid on it, that rust guard acid, which really cleans this up good. That was just all rust there. All that was rust. Here, it was just rust. So I've had a bit left, I've flicked it up here. But I'm going to take the rest of this paint off the inside of this guard. A little bit there. As I put a patch in here, just ground the back of it. What was it? There's a patch, a little patch here. Where was it? There was a patch here. Can't really tell. Can't really see it, but it's in there. And what was that other? It's a good sign you can't really see it, but yeah, you can make out here. There's a patch. I'll film the other side tomorrow because I've sprayed this etch primer over where I've repaired it, and it's getting there. But the next bit's this. I'll look at that tomorrow because that's pretty bad. Like I said, that's tomorrow. I'll have a quick look at it. It's fairly straight, but it's not straight. It flicks up at the end here, goes up, and it's got to fit the bloody bonnet. Oh, it's not going to look good. Anyway, that's enough of that.